Yeah. So what is disk partitions? So we can add the data, we can add the hard disk into the servers, and we can create the partitions, and we can attach it to the, we can mount it to the directories, right?
Yeah.
Right. So the partition should be something like a slash dev SDA, SDB, SDA1,
Yeah.
SDA2, SDA3, right?
Yeah.
So what are the disks? Disks are like slash dev SDA
Yeah.
slash dev
SDB.
SDB, right?
Yeah.
So the partitions are, so these all are the whole disks, right? These all are whole disks, and slash dev SDB1 slash dev
So,
SDB2. These all are the partitions. Partitions created, right?
yeah.
Partitions on those disks.
Six.
Partitions on those disks. Understood, right?
Yep.
So what are the common partitions, guys? Common partitions are slash book, slash, slash home, swap. These all are the common partitions. When we create the, when we install the OS, right? These partitions will create automatically, right? So what this mount point? This mount point is the mount point, and purpose purpose of this mount point, and typical file system. What is that? Typical file system. So boot is nothing but a boot files contains the boot files, right? So the file system types, you already know, right? ext4 or xfs file system. So xfs file system. So this mount point and the mm, hard disk type, right? So this is the disks, right? What are the disks? The keys slash the sd a1 slash the SDB1, right? This is mounted to slash boot. So this is the boot file purpose. This is the ext and xfs. So that's same like as, right, guys? Understood? Yeah. So what are the commands? So what are the commands we are using? Fdisk command. Fdisk command is nothing but a to create the partitions. Create the partitions, right? So lsblk. What is lsblk? Lists. Lists.
Blocks. Blocks.
Log devices. List of log devices. Right. BLK ID. What is BLK ID? BLK ID is nothing but a block. Shows UU UUID and the type of info. What is that? UUID and the type info. So we can get the UID and the type info. Understood?
Yeah.
Understood?
Yes.
right? UID and these all are the, so now you understood, right? So partitions are two types. So what are those? So partitions are two types. One is temporary, temporary partition, and permanent partitions. So what is temporary partition and permanent partition? So temporary and permanent partitions are official technical terms, but they are often refer how partitions are mounted and used. In particularly the concept of a persistence across reboots. So what is permanent partition? What is permanent partitions? So what is temporary partitions? What is permanent, guys? What is temporary? So temporary. So temporary partitions, partitions that are partitions that are mounted manually. Manually. So manually using command. Manually using like command like mount. Manually using like command mount. So mount command. Okay. So so it will not mount again after after reboot the chain, after reboot the mission. So right, so that is nothing but it's a temporary mount. How you can mount? Mount slash down slash stb1 2 slash tab logs. Right. So other mount point mount slash down sdb2 dba logs. But when so once you mounted, right? So once you mounted, after reboot, it will erase the mount points. After reboot, it will erase the mount points. 1 second, I will stop the show. Do redefine. Do redefine IPA. So what is the IP address, guys? One eighty two dot 168 dot 0 dot 108. Let's see. Restart start. Administration. Dot 168 dot 0 dot 108. Okay. And some move. Ready. Change settings. Appearance. Change settings. For 18. Okay. Apply. Right. So this is so df Python HT. So is the tab logs and the DB logs there? But LSVLK. Let's check. Yeah. SDB1 and SDB2 are not attached to any directory. Let's mount it as a temporary directory. Slash mount slash dev SDB1 to slash app logs. VB logs, DB logs, SDB. Oh, DB logs does not exist. And the DB of slash DB logs. Okay. Mount df hyphen ht. Right. So these are mounted while running the. So right from partitions are mounted manually using the command like mount command. So it will not mount it. It will not mount it again after reboot the mission. Mount it. It will not reboot the mission. It will not mount it again after reboot the mission. So the partitions that are mounted manually while running the mission using the command like mount command using the command like mount command. Okay, so this is nothing but a temporary mount. Let's see after reboot this mission. Okay, init 6. Okay, I'm pinging cmd command from. Okay, you will see here ping 192.168.0.103. Yeah. You see, I got the reply. If you use I20 continuously, reply means your server is in reply means your server is in up and running. Okay. Now let's restart the session. Root, red hat, root, red hat, right? Yeah. So df python ht. You see, is this mount point mounted before you see? It is mounted. After rebooting, is it again mounted? Not mounted. So that is nothing but a a temporary mount point. Okay, understood. So what is the drawback? So
Okay.
drawback is right. What is the drawback? So drawback is after reboot, after reboot, these mounts are gone. So these mounts are gone because of these mount points are not added in the slash etc fs tag. So slash etc fs tag file. So right, if you add it here, it will automatically while rebooting, it will check the file and is there any mount points are mounted. Guys, yeah. So these slash boot to these are mounted after reboot also, right? Oh, how these are mounted? How these are mounted? These are mounted in the permanent So right. So the permanent partitions. So these are the below are mounted in the slash etc fs tab. So that's why these are mounted after e2 also. So because of these details, these entries are added. The mounted entries are added in the slash etc fs tab. Slash etc fs tab. Understood? Or you can add these entries. Okay.
Okay,
What is
so
that?
what we did yesterday was the temporal one, right?
Sorry,
The partitions we did yesterday was the temporal one, right? I mean in the
temporarily.
last class. Yeah, the last class we had,
Yes,
the
last class we
partitions we
had yes,
created
that is a
were
temporary
temporal.
move. So now
Okay,
I will show you permanent move. Okay.
all right.
Yeah. Partitions that are partitions that are mounted partitions that are mounted automatically at root and are they persist across across the reboots. But where these are defined in the slash etc fs tab. Defined in the slash etc fs tab. Always mounted, always mounted to the same mount point like slash slash right slash and slash root etc. It will automatically reboot, right? So the partitions configuration stored in, so the configurations stored in slash etc fs tab slash etc fs tab automatically mounted at the startup point, automatically mounted at the startup. Guys, understood? So I will show you that now. What is that? So the task cat slash etc fs tab. So in UC, so the slash and the slash boot is added in the fs tab entry. Slash boot and slash are added in the fs tab entry. So that's the reason after reboot also it will come, right? So we will add. So we will add our details, our mount point details in the slash etc slash etc. What these newly added mount points are below. Right. So what is this? Hash is the command. Hash is the command line. So this will not execute. Right. Slash dev sdb one to add it to app logs. Right. What is the file system? XFS. The file system is XFS. Defaults on 0 0 slash dev sdb2 db logs xfs defaults into. Okay, so adding same entries here, and if you use mount hyphen a, it will all mount, guys. Mount hyphen a is nothing but a, whatever the etcfs tab entries, right? Those are not mounted in the Those are not mounted. So whatever the not mounted mount points will mount it. If you use the mount hyphen A. Okay. If you use the mount hyphen A, right? It is mounted. Now I want to reboot my mission. Let's see if it is again after reboot it is mounted or not. Okay. Here you see uh, it is started. It is started, right? Let's see. Are able to access our result. Restart the session. Still it is sorry. So click it here. Restart it. To right account. Now let's check the TF file HT. What is this guys? TF file HT. You see after reboot also is that mount pointed mounted or not? Mounted, right? Why these mount points are added in the permanent partition. So where the permanent partitions in the slash etc f star entry. Understood?
Yeah.
Understood that was it? Very good. So what is that? The next is unmount. What is that? Mount, unmount. Now you understood the mount. What is unmount? Unmount is result is unmount in the lineage. So what is unmount? The unmount. Unmount means U mount. The U mount command in Linux is used to unmount unmounted unmounted file system. Okay, unmounted file system. So understood? It it will detaches a device. It will detach a device or partition from the hierarchy. So it will. So what is the syntax? Syntax is you know slash directory example remove employees. You know employees. Okay. So if the mount right. So you mount the device. So you mount the device. Yeah, 3F Python. And how to unmount you mount you mount slash app logs. You mount slash $. Right, TF Python. So it is unmounted. So this is unmounted. While reboot, it will mount, right? I don't want to mount after reboot also. What you can do, what you can do, va slash it is fstar, and you can put the comment You can put the hashtag before the mount points. So let's try to reboot this. Okay, you check that. So you see, ping request timeout. We get the request timeout means we are unable to get the request. Right? It is true. I do I do to mount after then I don't want to mount after ego. So what can do you can do like open the file create create slash etc fs tab fs tab in the fs tab. So hash slash dev stb1 slash app blocks depots save save stb2 db logs default. So right, so this is nothing but I don't want to restore. Right, understood. So next, if the mount point is busy, right? If the mount point is used by some other user, I want to unmount forcefully, or you can unmount it forcefully by using uh, your mount hyphen f slash applause. Your mount hyphen slash GPU routers. Okay, so this is the way. So we can close it. Understood? So this is the a temporary mode and the permanent mode. So we showed this is the right. So FS tab entry format. FS tab entry format. So what is the FS tab entry format? So FS tab entry format is so what is it? Syntax. So what is the syntax? Syntax is device next mount point, mount point, file system. Here I go. Surface, surface, file system, type functions, dump pass. So dump so and FSCK file system check. Right. So this is the entries. Is that the entries? Right. So device, mount pointer, file system type, options, dump, pass. So what this is the example. Okay. What is example, guys? Example is so this is device, this is mount pointer, this is file system type, right? This is options, this is dump, this is FSC. So one is nothing but enable. Zero is nothing but disable. So that dump and FSCK file system checking and the dump, these two are disabled while mounting. While mounting. Guys understood? You understood, right? Understood? Does he? Does he
Um,
understood? Huh?
yeah, you said one is
Yeah.
nothing but
So
enable.
what is that? I will tell you. Device. So device is nothing but a device name. Device name, example, for the examples, slash the stv1, right? So what is that? Second one is what is mount point where devices is mounted in the directory. In the directory, for example, employees, it comes. Okay, what is next? The next is file system. File system. What is file system? So file system type. So what is the file system type? Example, ext3, ext4, xfs, mdfs, vpan, scan. So these all are the file system types. So next one, options. That's the options. What options? Long point, long options. Not options. What are the main options? Defaults, real time, order, order. These are the options. And it is a dump. So dump is nothing by used by dump utility. Dump utility. By default is zero. Okay. So by default is zero. So next one is FSCK. What is FSCK? File system checks at the okay. So file system check at the port. So if we use for one for root, two for others, zero for skip, zero for skip price. Guys understood? Understood?
Yes, we
Yeah.
are here.
What is that term? PLA ID. What is BLK ID? So BLK ID, it finds it finds the UUID, UID. UID is nothing. So unique identifier. Unique identifier. What is the command? BLK ID. What is that? So BLK ID. Understood? Understood?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is nothing but a disk partitions. This is nothing but a disk partitions. So the disk partitions are so disks are like these are the whole disk. These are the partitions. So mount point purpose, typical file systems and disks. So FSCK, LSBLK, PLKID. Okay. So temporary partitions and permanent partitions. So what are those? Temporary and permanent. So temporary and permanent, unmounted Linux. Right. So after reboot, what we can do? The first tab entry format. Right. BLK. We understood?
Okay.
Understood.
Yeah, understood. So I was
Yeah.
gonna ask, do you have to create it temporarily before making it permanent? Or
Sorry.
is there, do we have to create the file partitions temporarily first before making it permanent?
Yeah. So you can use temporary. So in the real time, mostly uses the permanent only.
Okay.
Okay. So
Yeah.
permanent. Do you want to show me again? Once again for the temporary mount.
Sorry?
So what you are asking?
No, I wanted to know if you have to create it temporarily first before you finally make it permanent.
Yeah. First, you
Oh,
can try with the temporary mount points. Then you will understand the why when you want to unmount the file system, right? So then, if you know the temporary, so how the mount points is mounting, then only you know the mount the unmount, how to unmount it, right?
it's,
So that's the
yeah.
reason we told you the
Mhm.
okay,
Okay, that makes sense.
yeah. So thank you. So tomorrow what we will discuss? So we'll discuss about the package management. What is that?
Okay, management.
Yeah. So what is package management? This is most important topic. What is that? So this is the most IMP topic in the Linux. Linux OS. So this is the most important topic. Why? So I want to install a software on Linux. So do you know how to install the softwares on Windows? Just go to the download the downloader and you can just double click next finish. It will install in the Windows, right? But
Yeah.
so if you want to install the packages on the Linux, definitely we need to use the commands only. What are the commands to Linux machine? Okay. So task one, create a temporary mount point with 5 GB space. So what is the temporary mount point? The mount point is something like so you can use app logs or DB logs or something like app server. Okay. Task two, you can create create a permanent create a permanent mount point like this. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
So permanent mount. point with 3 GB DB server. The name is DB server. This is the task. Okay. So this is the task. You can do it. Okay.
Okay.
Understood?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm pasting in the chat. Okay. I pasted in the chat. Now you understood?
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll continue from tomorrow.
Okay. Will you send in the previous recordings?
Sorry?
Can you send in the previous recordings?
Yeah. We'll send you.
All right. That's fine. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.